Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 27th. It is 6:21 right now. We have market opening up in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. One last thing here. Go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And let me send that right here. So that said, looks like we are good to go. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, March 27th. It is 6:23 right now. We have market opening up in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here before market opens up, going over to the daily time frame. Put it there, there, there. Now down to the 8 hour. Four-hour. To the 2 hour. Hour. 30 minute. 15 minute. 10 and back down to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we are good to go. So good morning, everybody. Looking at this so far, we currently have liquidity marked up at 42,736 above and liquidity below at 42,688 below. This is probably going to get hit pre-market. And we'll kind of see where how this ends up moving around, but looking at this so far, price is pretty close to it, so it's probably going to get hit pre-market. So I'm not going to label it. Just going to leave that one alone, one below. Look at the 5 hit right now. I got some more levels right below that though, so I think we're good. Next level is pretty far down right here at the sessions. All right, so looking at the ATR right now, ATR is currently at 12 ATR. So this looks like We got decent volatility here pre-market. We had some news this morning at 5:30. It was initial jobless claims, jobless claims 4-week average, and continuing jobless claims at 5:30. So those are the high impact news events, plus good trades balance right here as well. Mixed news. The jobs data was positive, and the good trades balance was negative. And the GDP growth was positive as well, or it wasn't positive, but it was better than expected. GDP growth is still in a downward spiral, so we'll kind of see what happens there. But we had news over there at 5:30, which I'm going to mark up. Right there. Good. So this liquidity right here got knocked out, guys. I'm gonna leave it there for right now just to kind of see, price reacts to this liquidity zone if it ends up bouncing off. It looks like this is a higher time frame liquidity. We'll kind of just leave it there for now. But anyways, let's take a look at the overall trend bias. So looking over here at the 4-hour time frame, price is currently bullish neutral. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up, but price is trying to make its way down. Looking over here at the 1-hour time frame, price was bullish, went to neutral, and now it's bearish right now. Price is below the pivots, trend meters red, and the pivots are starting to angle to the downside. So this is more of a neutral bearish trend. The 30-minute time frame over here is also bearish. You can see price is below the pivots, trend meters red, pivots are angling down. 10 minutes bearish, price is below the pivots, trend meters red, pivots are angling down. 5 minutes, same thing, bearish, and 1 minute bearish as well. So we have an overall bearish bias with regard to the trend for today. It's a shift from yesterday's bullish bias, and price is attempting to continue to the downside. So we'll see what happens when market opens up. Looks like we might be looking for some sells today. I mean, who knows? All the time frames here are bearish except for the 4-hour. So unless these flip back up, then the overall trend bias may shift to bearish. Right now, it's currently the highest time frame 4 hours bullish, but everything is pretty much bearish right now. So we'll see how price moves over the next couple hours or so. Looking at the breakout for today, the breakout is set to be a sell, it looks like. So once this candle closes in the next 10 seconds, we'll know the direction. But it is looking like a sell. On top of that, the overall trend bearish bias is bearish, so it's going to be going in the direction of the overall trend. Let's see if there's any other news for this morning. We have pending home sales at 7 o'clock and the natural gas storage at 7:30. So we got one news event right here at 7 o'clock. Looks like we're good to go. All right, guys. So breakout for today is going to be a sell if anybody's looking to take that. I think Steven might be the main person looking for that. Looking over here at the market profile, let me see if there's any rejections off the top end. There's one rejection right here, but price may retrace back up to touch the value low. The 30-minute time frame is currently bearish right now, rejecting off the point of control. 1 hour time frame over here, rejecting off the point of control as well. Nothing on the volume profile. Clean chart over here, price is rejecting off the whole number right there, the 42,700. And I'll mark up the support resistance a little later. So looking at that so far, market is opening up in 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. The only thing I can be worried about here for a sell is that price is near these sessions right here. So it's going to be a little bit of a tricky move because, price does come down, which it is coming down right now. It might bounce off the sessions right there. All right, so we're getting a big push to the downside right here. Breakout's running in profit. It's halfway to its TP down there, it looks like. I'm going to go and mark up the opening price real quick. Like I said, it's kind of tricky because the sessions is right here. Price is bouncing directly off it. That's kind of what we expected. That's typically what happens when price gets down to the sessions down there. All right, so price is trying to get past the sessions right here. I think if price can break and close past the sessions, it'll continue to drop and hit its TP over here for the breakout. Breakout's on its way to full TP and a full TP right there. Steven, did you catch that? I really hope you did because I know you're waiting for that. There you go. It's dropping even further. If you want to go for the full 100 points, it's dropping further right there. So the 50 points already hit full TP right there. And we'll come back and check on this a little later for the 1 to 2. I'm hoping you took that, Steven. I see you on the camera. Steven, all right, perfect. So it looks like Steven caught that. Nice work, Steven. I know yesterday didn't hit for you, but today did hit. So it's been a pretty good week for the breakout, guys. Pretty much every day this week, except for yesterday, it hit. And then it hit again right there. Nice work, Steven. Great win right there. And we'll keep looking for the next opportunity. So there's no NPS V2s here available. There was an NPS V2 that came up right here, but it's already pretty much done with. Obviously, this happened pre-market. So if you look over here, we had a sell signal, price came down, retraced on this green candle, and came back down right there. So this was the NPS for this specific momentum signal. Let me see if there's any A++ setups. So the A++ setup came up right here as well, pre-market. It's too late to take any entry. So there's two entries right here that came up pre-market for this momentum. So this momentum is pretty much done with. We had this right here. So the seller is in control from this point. Right here. Nice. Okay, Stevenson. Yeah. So a few seconds after it hit TP and futures broker. Perfect. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear, Steven. I'm glad you hit your TP on that one. So the sellers were in control from this area right here. We're now looking for this to kind of flip back up and then come back down further. I think ARC is in here, or it should be in here. Hoping you're locking in those micro scalps, ARC, because these are some pretty big moves right here. ARC killed it yesterday, so I got to give ARC like a huge shout out. If you guys saw ARC's profits yesterday, he's only taking the micro scalps. He locked in 11,000 yesterday. It's crazy right there, ARC. So ARC's been smashing it. I mean, he's been, he's like the main person here who's been taking the micro scalps. You guys can see all the strategies here work perfectly fine. It just kind of depends on what you want to take. Like Steven over here took the breakout. Obviously, that hit full TP, went down 100 points as well. So I'll put this in the chat real quick, so that you guys can have that. But yeah, big shout out to ARC here. And he's been killing it. If you see his profits every day, he locked in 11,000 on this account. That was just for one day on one account. The day before that, ARC locked in about 600, 300 per account. The day before that, ARC locked in 600, 800 per account. Like ARC's been killing it. He listens to what I tell him to do, and he does it well. And he's also kind of figured out his own way to do this as well. I'll show you guys a little video of ARC a little later. ARC went viral for his dance moves. This is what ARC does when he hits his TPs, I'm sure, in the background. If you guys are from Texas, you've probably seen ARC's viral video of dancing at brunch. He sent me it. I didn't believe it was him, but definitely it was. All right, so looking at this right here, so let me go and put this real quick in the stats. So we had this so far. I want to put this here so that we have this documented so that you guys can kind of follow for those of you who want to follow through with it. We don't have any entries here yet. We have price still dropping right here. So I'm looking for the retracement. I'm gonna look for the continuation back down. I personally don't look to chase this right now. Let's see, Steven said, thanks, Sean. When you get a chance, check your messages. I'll be back tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone. Hope you all reach your targets. Yeah, definitely, Steven. So what Steven does is all he does is come on, he takes the breakout, and then he wraps it up for the day. That's his game plan, right? For ARC, he's taking the micro scalps here. That's his game plan. For my game plan, I'm taking NPS V2s. So right now, there's no NPS V2s at the moment, so that's why I'm not taking anything right now. But once they do come up, I'll be looking to take opportunity for entry. So we will kind of sit back a little bit right now, wait for this here to play through. I'm basically looking for this to retrace up. So I need to get a buy signal for it to push up first, and I'll look for it to come back down. However, if we get a buy signal and it flips to the other way, that's fine too. I'll look for some buy entries. We're only 5 minutes into the market, so just gotta let it chill for a little bit. Hey, Sam, morning. Morning, Craig. Yeah, Sam said watch out. NQ is also bleeding. So it looks like a lot of the indexes here are dropping. Let's check NQ real quick. NQ came down very sharply right there as well. Let's check ES. Okay, ES is dropping too. So all of the indexes right now are coming down kind of heavy. So we'll kind of just wait here and see where we're at. We got nothing here to take right now. I'm looking for that retracement. Looking over here on the 1 minute time frame, we have an engulfing that's currently pending. So that could be the reversal pattern back to the upside slightly. Looking over here at the 30 minute, we don't really have price. I mean, price is currently near the, so it's rejecting off the point of control. I disconnected the point of control here from yesterday. It's actually got a nice bottom rejection right there. So we'll see if it bounces up. It's also rejecting right here off the 1 hour point of control. There's nothing here on the volume profile. Price is way too far down. So like I said, I'm waiting for this retracement back up before I can take any opportunities for entry. We got another rejection right here off the clean chart off the 42,500 price point or 550. Here's the SR chart. Let me go over here. I'll see if there's any zones for me to mark up. Anything on the 1 hour. 1 hour is probably gonna make more sense here. So I'm marking the 1 hour support and resistance zones right now. Not a crazy amount of zones here, but it's enough to follow what's going on. All right, so price is currently at the 1 hour support, as you guys can see right here. It's bouncing off the support. It's pretty much flat right now. We'll see if this here consolidates and then flips back up because we have a lot of confluences on the bottom end. So this could possibly be a swing back to the upside for either retracement or full on reversal. Again, we'll kind of just wait here. We're going to play by ear. There's nothing for me to take at the moment. I'm sticking to my conservative entries here, so I want to stick to my game plan. And if I see something good, I'll take it. But right now, we don't have anything here so far. We had an MPS V2 come up right here. We had a V1 engulfing V1. So this is an A++ setup that came up already. I wouldn't take this one here because A++ has already came up. Came up right here. Looking at the ATR right now, the ATR is looking pretty good, guys. So if you look over here, ATR is currently at 29. So we're back to our decently high ATR. If you guys remember from last week, we had like 30, 40, 50 ATR. Or not last week, the week before that, it was like around 30 to 50 ATR. Last week was a little slower. We're in a ranging, choppy market. And then this week, kind of similar. It's been kind of ranging and choppy, but the ATR is a little bit higher today. So that could be something to look forward to. Yeah, Shiv said auto tariff news, I guess crazy drops. Yeah, so we have that tariff news and then also the GDP. So if you guys have been following the GDP, we're negative for this month or for this quarter. So this quarter, we've been negative for like the past couple of quarters. If you guys look over here at GDP growth, it was last month was 3.1% and it's 2.3 or it's 2.4 actually. The problem with this here is that if we keep going into negative GDP, that means that we're going into a recession, right? That's a hint that, okay, we're going to a recession. So it's been a couple of quarters now. Not sure exactly how many, but I did see a news article. I shouldn't have closed it. I had it right here. It was a Bloomberg article. It said that Trump confirms that we're going into a recession because the GDP just keeps going downhill, right? Like our GDP is supposed to go up. If the GDP is going up, means the economy is good. But the problem is every quarter, the GDP has been slightly going down, ever since Biden. So like this is a problem because if the economy is going down, it means we're going into a recession, right? And this is understandable because stuff like this is supposed to happen every X amount of years, right? Every 4, 6, 8, 10 years. There's supposed to be some sort of recession or market crash or hyperinflation or something like that. Like if you guys have been following the economy, like basically something bad has to happen before something good happens, right? And that's kind of what's happening here. Look at this huge crash. Well, not this isn't a huge crash, but prices dumping super heavy, right? We got a lot of sideways move here, and then prices dumping all within like an hour's time. So you just gotta kind of use this information to your advantage. It doesn't really matter for us. Well, it matters to me because I have long-term investments. Now I'm kind of worried to check out my long-term investments here. Let me check. Fuck, I'm hoping I'm not down that much. Okay, I'm not really down at all. So the specific index here, there's only a couple. I'm kind of curious now which stocks are actually carrying it down. Let me check CNBC. Yeah, so that was a breaking news right here for, yeah, stock slip as investors weigh Trump's auto tariff. So this is going to affect us a lot because, I'm sure a lot of you guys have cars that are not from the US, right? You guys probably have like Asian cars, right? Like Toyotas, Lexus. What else is there? Honda, Nissan, whatever those cars are. Or you have German cars, right? Or cars from Europe. Like for myself, I have a Porsche. If you have a Volkswagen, any of those cars, this is going to hurt a lot of people. Not just people, but also the car manufacturers, right? If they need to order parts or anything like that for your car, price is going to go up, right? So this is like counterintuitive because this is going to affect everybody, right? It's going to affect the manufacturers, it's going to affect the consumers, it's going to affect inflation, it's going to affect a lot of things. So, and this news was already mentioned last night. Like this news actually came out last night. They just updated it this morning for people. But yeah, it is starting to drop. It's going to start to drop. Drop specific stocks that kind of tie in with this. So I'm kind of curious. I'm going to look it up real quick. CNBC, or I'm just kind of curious to see which stocks are dumping price right now. Okay, so Goldman Sachs is down 3. Yeah, their change is $20. Change is 3%. Nvidia, 3M, Amex, Salesforce, JP Morgan, etc. So these are the main ones that are kind of dropping it. The main one is Goldman Sachs right now. I'm sure they have some investments in, those auto companies or whatever manufacturers are connected to Goldman Sachs. And they're kind of, this is what's weighing it down right now. It's really just Goldman Sachs for why. Thankfully, I don't really hold Goldman Sachs. I hold a lot of these though. I hold Cisco. I do hold JP Morgan. I made a lot of money with JP Morgan already, so this isn't really affecting me very much. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll kind of see what happens here. Again, we need to have some sort of retracement before we can start really looking for entries here. If you guys want to keep trading this drop, I mean, I would be careful because at this point, you might want to be careful of taking sells. This thing has dropped way too far. So if you look from up here, so we'll measure from this upper point, price has dropped about 372 points. It's due for retracement, right? Price hasn't came back up for quite a while. So we're almost at that 400 point mark. My threshold for retracement is usually around like 200 points. So once price gets down 200 points, I'm like, okay, price has to retrace at some point. So if we just measure from right here, price has been in a free fall for about 325 points. So you guys can see the retracement here starting to play out. We have an engulfing, we have some pretty big green candles right here. They're double engulfings actually. So if you look at this down here, see this is a double engulfing. And the power behind this candle is pretty strong. So this is good. We want to see this retrace back. I'm not looking to take any entries until this retraces back. Once it retraces back, then we'll look for price to come back down and then ride this back down further. The only problem here is price is right at the sessions, right? So I don't want it to go too far up. Maybe bounce off there and come back down. Or even this, I want to see it maybe fake out. Come above the sessions here, break and retest, and then come back down like a head and shoulders. It's funny that like we look at head and shoulders almost every day now. I think every time we look for this reversal pattern, it's always a head and shoulders pattern. Um, for the longest time, I was really against looking at patterns, but the patterns do help. Like if you know what you're looking for, the patterns do help because now I'm looking for this to come up, break and retest, fake out, and then come back down lower. Or, the vice versa, price can come down further right here, fake out right there, and then come back down this way for an inverted head and shoulders. Like I never understood, I never realized that the head and shoulders was such a common pattern. It's never going to be clean, but it is a very, very common pattern because that's usually what happens, right? It's always a fake out. Like I mainly look for the fake outs like that, or shit, my bad. Or like that versus looking for the continuations because these continuations don't usually hold off for too long. I mean, the directional moves will go on for a little bit, maybe an hour or so, but eventually, once this thing is done moving. So for example, I'll just use this so once it's done moving, it tends to do stuff like that, right? So this is like a messy head and shoulders. Price comes down, retraces up a little bit, comes back down, fakes out from the bottom, fakes out from the top, fakes out from the bottom, big fake out right here, and then it finally makes its directional move. So I like to look at these moves in forms of legs. So like as I mentioned earlier, right, we have the sellers which were in control right here. We have one leg of a movement here, right? That's one leg. And then same with this right here. We have a buy signal, price is pushing up. I'm looking at this as one leg. Like how strong is this leg? Is this leg gonna hold for a while? Probably not because it's right here at the sessions. Like if it's having trouble getting to the sessions, it's gonna have trouble getting past it. So what I'm looking for at this point is a possible fake out. And come back down. Looking over here, everything's pretty much bearish if you look at all the time frames. So the 4-hour is turning bearish. It's still bullish right now, but it's coming down pretty sharply. The 1 hour is bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 10 minutes bearish, 5 minutes bearish, 1 minute bearish. 1 minute's starting to push back to the upside, but it's not very strong. It's not having that big push where it's like climbing up super heavily. So I would look for a possible fake out right here. If you guys want to take this for an NPSV2, let's take a look at the confluences. So looking at the 1 minute time frame, we have price above. Like I said earlier, I would like to see some sort of break and retest off structure. You don't have that yet right there. That's kind of what we have currently on the 1 minute market profile. Looking over here at the 30-minute market profile, we do have a rejection right here off the point of control, right? There is a green box over here. This was a point of control from, this is from Monday actually. So the point of control from Monday right there, price is rejecting off it right now. So this could be a confluence for a buy. Looking over here at the 1 hour, we have the same thing. This is the point of control from Monday as well. Price is sort of rejecting off this area. Not very strong, but it's a confluence. We sort of have a rejection right here off this whole number. It's the 42,500. And we have price pushing away from the support levels right here. These are the 1 hour support levels. So we do have confluences here for a buy. They're not super great confluences, but they are confluences nonetheless. See, ideally, I would like this to come down and retest it, but it didn't do that. It's just climbing up higher. It might push up to this point up here. Fake out. I mean, we might go back into a range here, honestly. Like this is kind of what's been happening the past couple of days, right? We have the big push on open, and then market starts to flatten out, and then we just have some sort of range that starts to establish. So just be careful with your entries here. The ATR is really high. Thanks, Sam. Sam just mentioned that right now. So Sam said 39 ATR, by the way, watch your stop loss. Yeah, if your stop loss is too tight, this thing is very volatile. So if you look at the ATR, it went from 39 to 34. So again, like I mentioned before and yesterday, guys, just measure the candles by the ATR. So the ATR right now is currently 35. Anything outside this box right here is abnormal, right? So this green candle right here is abnormal, it's too big. This green candle right here is kind of normal. This candle is normal. These candles are sort of normal. Yeah, okay, so looking at this so far, if you look back over here, these candles are pretty nice. Like they're normal 35-point candles. It's within the ATR. The only big one is this one right here. So you want to have consistency with the size of candles, right? You want to make sure that the rest of the candles are either the same ATR size or somewhere near it. So these candles are cool. They're falling within the criteria. If this candle is too small, like you don't want something that's abnormally small or something that's abnormally big. Because if you have something like that, you can kind of anticipate that something's going to happen. Like price is either going to consolidate if it starts to get smaller, or if the candles are too big, you can anticipate some definite fake outs, right? So here's one thing to look at. If this candle closes green, or any candles here close green, this is going to be a setup for an MPS V2. I'm going to go and take a look at the confluences again. The ATR is pretty high right now, so I just want to be a little cautious. But yeah, I don't have any confluences here on the 1 minute, 30-minute time frame. We still have the same confluence from earlier, but it's kind of old now. It's been pushing off it for a while. Same with the 1 hour. We have this bottom rejection right here. We have an opposite confluence here for the volume profile, rejection off the top end. No rejections here off the clean chart. And slight rejection right here off the support resistance. So if you guys want to take this, I would say take it at your own risk. I'm not going to take this one here specifically. We also have high impact news coming up over here at 7 o'clock. So we got news coming up at 7 o'clock right now. Typically my rule for news is to not take trades 10 minutes before or 10 minutes after, because that tends to be where we have some pre-market manipulation or pre-news manipulation or market reaction to the news. So again, if this candle closes green, this is an MPS V2. I'm not going to take it here. I also don't like the price action. Like I said, if the candle starts to get small, price is probably going to consolidate here for a little bit. So this is an MPS V2, but I'm not going to be taking it. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I'll mark it up right here for you guys. I just don't like the price action here at the moment. Plus the confluences aren't super, super great. So MPS V2 is currently running right here off this green candle. We'll follow it, but again, I'm not in this position here. We'll just see how this ends up moving. Ideally, I'd still want it to hit, of course. There you go, straight to TP. If you guys caught that, solid work, but I held off on this one right here specifically. I just didn't have enough confidence in this specific opportunity for entry because initially the candle was very small. If this candle was up here for like the most time of the candle pushing, because it did turn into a V1 engulfing right at the last second, but it wasn't V1 engulfing initially because it was such a small green candle. Pushed up right here to the sessions. Nice, Craig caught it. So nice work, Craig, on catching that one right there. Yeah, I just didn't have enough confluences. The 1 minute over here, I was looking for it to come down and retest this. It actually had an opposite confluence, rejection off the top end. That's why I didn't really want to take it. But it's okay. There's no need to force any trades here. I mean, I'm just going to keep looking as, we continue on here. All right, so with that said, we will continue looking over here for, so we got some team profits. So ARK over here killed it again. ARK locked in 1,067 and 1,007 on his other account. Here's ARK's profits for these micro scalps. Nice work, ARK, again, killing it. So every day ARK's been on fire. Locked in 2,000 for the day today. Locked in 11,000 yesterday on this one account. Locked in about 1,000 the day before. So every day ARK's been on fire. He's been winning every single day, taking these micro scalps. And then we got Craig over here as well. Craig locked in total profit of 1,184 per account. So he locked in 1, 2, 3, 4, well over 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Craig. You took this MPS V2. So for those of you who took it, like Craig, nice work. Thanks for trusting in the strategy. Even though I don't feel comfortable taking them, you can see other people in the group are still taking them and they're still hitting their TP. It's just up to like your confidence with the confluences and whatnot. I'm currently up pretty good for the month so far, so that's why I'm not really forcing any trades here, guys. I'm being very cautious and I'm only taking trades that I'm super, super confident in. So here are my profits for the week and for the month so far. My math was a little off yesterday, so here are my profits. So yesterday I locked in 56,395. For the week so far, I'm currently up 82,345. And for the month so far for March, I'm up 171,720. So this is why I don't need to force any trades, right? I'm looking for that one very solid entry. I'm looking for those one or two solid entries and I'm good for the day. I don't need to like take so many trades because I'm already deep in profit for the month. Like I'm not needing to force anything here. But of course, I'm going to go and market these entries as they come up. I'm only going to take them if like my confidence is meet though. So, all right, we got this huge, huge wick right here. So what I like about this here is the 1 hour candle is going to close. So we got a bunch of rejection points here. So we got a bunch of bounce points. 30 minutes going to close right here. There's a couple different scenarios that can play out. We can bounce off this here, come back down. We can come down here, bounce off this, come back up. On the 1 hour time frame, same thing. Price is going to be in between the bounce points right here. So we can bounce off this value low, come back down here. We can bounce off this value low, come back up here. A lot of different opportunities here. We got the candles closing in about 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, the 30 minute and the 1 hour candle is going to close, and we have a bunch of confluences here that can line up. Here we are on the 1 minute time frame. I'm going to take off this point of control. It's not really necessary anymore because we're up here. All right, we got about 40 seconds for this candle here to close up. We got news right here at 7 o'clock, so we will see what happens here next. Craig said, gotta go now, but I'll be back after. All right, Craig, see you in a bit. Yeah, Shiv said, good for you, Sean. Secondhand value will increase, might be selling opportunity. Less people will buy new with a 25 increase or stick to American-made cars like Tesla. Yeah, I agree with you too, Shiv, 100%. You know, the auto tariffs is going to affect the market pretty heavily for like the general consumer. Maybe a good time to watch my car value go up, hopefully. All right, guys, we got about a minute until 7 o'clock. Once the 7 o'clock candle comes, we'll have the news right here. We'll also have a 30-minute candle close for a new opportunity here for bounce points, rejections, and then same with the 1 hour. Volume profile is kind of high up right now. We'll kind of see if it comes back down a little later. Clean chart over here. So we have this huge V shape right here, right? So it's doing kind of what we talked about earlier, like it's going into this big range. You know, if price ends up sticking around this area, wherever it may be, I'll mark up some sort of range here. You don't have it yet, but yeah, there may be some sort of range starting to establish around here somewhere. I'll see. All right, we got the news candle right here, guys. Oops. We got the news candle. Here, I'll take a look at the news real quick too and see what it was. So pending home sales for the day, they're both positive. Both positive. We're currently at the liquidity target right here. Let's kind of see what happens here. So I'm curious to see if price is going to bounce off liquidity, grab liquidity, come back down, or if it's going to break above, test new liquidity up there, or fake out, right? Push up a little bit, fake out back down. So guys, just a heads up to my hedge fund clients. So I did send you guys an email last night. Some of you guys saw it. Some of you guys probably haven't seen it yet. So I spoke with the regulators yesterday and the compliance team from NinjaTrader. There's like a couple of issues. I basically just need to send them over some documentation. I need to explain like what we're doing here, the hedge fund and stuff like that. Everything seems fine. I explained to them like, I'm trading within my legal bounds and stuff. I mean, it was kind of scary. I got a call from the regulators yesterday and they're like, can I talk to Sean? I was like, okay, yeah, this is Sean. And then they were like, they're like, we're surprised because you're an attorney and we expect more from you. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, you're trading illegally. And I'm like, what? So I had to explain to them the law because I knew the law, of course, I was going to do this legally. Um, I explained the law to them. I gave them the law. I gave them my argument and stuff like that. And then I sent them documentation of like the notices and disclosures that I have with the clients. So just long story short, basically, our accounts are locked out for right now until they confirm the information I provided, and then hopefully we'll get this lifted by the end of the week. I'm not going to be able to take any more hedge fund clients, so hedge fund is closed for right now, and I need to get my financial license Series 3 before I can take any more clients because I'm already capped at the max. So I know I'm within the bounds, but I am capped at the max. So no more new clients. Instead of since I can't take any more clients, some people have been asking if I can mentor. So for the time being, I will be doing one-on-one mentorships. It's going to be pretty much personalized to like whoever I'm mentoring. If you guys are already in the premium, it's fine. It's already open to you. But if you guys are new and you guys want to be mentored by me to learn, these specific strategies, or if there's a strategy that you want to focus on, I can tailor that to you specifically. It's a 1 year commitment, of course, because obviously you're not going to get trading within a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months. It's an ongoing process. So if you guys want to get mentored by me one-on-one, feel free to hit me up. If you guys are already in the premium and you guys have the strategies, just let me know, and then we'll work something out. But I'm planning on only mentoring like one person per month, so it's going to be very limited. All right, so there's no entries here right now. Price is currently sitting at the liquidity target. It's kind of doing what I mentioned here earlier. I was saying price might come up, grab liquidity, then maybe come back down. That looks like this might be the case here, or price might break above, target the next liquidity, or price might sit here for a little bit, fake out, and then come back down. There's a lot of different scenarios here, so I'm not really looking to take anything at this moment. We don't have the sellers back in control. We have a pending sell signal. Once that closes, I'll put a red bar here to indicate that the sellers are in control or they're trying to be in control. And then from there, we'll look if price comes back lower to this area here. But at this very moment, there's nothing here right now. Let's see, Lila said you can't move us to your personal account and copy the trades, or is that illegal? I can't even trade my own account, Lila. My account's also locked out with your guys. So if you guys remember last Friday, this is what stemmed the whole problem. So the whole problem here stemmed from Friday. If you guys remember on Friday, I couldn't log in. I was complaining to NinjaTrader, and they didn't like that, right? They didn't like that I was complaining. So what they did is I sent them over my logs, and they saw that I was trading all these accounts, and they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, actually, I could do that, but I need to get power of attorney from the clients, which I already do. We have agreements with all the clients. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't trade any accounts right now, Lila. I can't even trade my own personal account because they're all locked out until they confirm the information. So it's all good. Just gotta give it some time. Let the NinjaTrader compliance department, so what happened was NinjaTrader, they saw what I was doing, and then they reported me to the regulators, and then now I explained to them that I was within bounds. So now they got to go back to the regulators and say, oh, this was a mistake. He actually can do what he's doing. So it's a whole process. Hopefully we'll get it done by tomorrow. If not by tomorrow, hopefully by next week. But I will be, my main focus moving forward is really going to be studying for that Series 3 so I can get the financial license to do it legally in a sense. The thing is, I can do what I'm doing now for a month's time, like within 12 months. But once those 12 months are up, I'm kind of required to get my series 3. So that's why I just gotta get it, or I can't have any more clients. I'm capped at 15 clients, so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. All right, there's no entries here right now. We have a sell signal that currently closed. I don't necessarily see that the sellers are in control because we haven't really had price push down yet. But we do have that sell signal there. Yeah, I know, Lila, right? I had no complaints until I started complaining. It's it's just kind of annoying because they went to the measures to report me, but they didn't even check in with me. Like this whole week, I've been trying to get in touch with NinjaTrader, and like nobody responded to me. It was like, talk to compliance, talk to support, talk to customer service, talk to this. And I was like, okay, I've talked to every person he told me to talk to. And I still don't have a resolution to unlock the accounts. So I finally got through, and hopefully we'll be able to get this all resolved quickly. Yeah, that's literally what I've been doing all week. I've been trying to get in touch with NinjaTrader to get this resolved. And yeah, everything's good. I mean, for the most part, everything's good. I know the law. I articulated them so that they could understand what the law was, and I sent them the agreement. So we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Mike said, even as an attorney, I would imagine a call from the regulators will make you pucker. Yeah, 100%. Like I was like, yeah, because they're basically accusing me of doing all this stuff, but I was like, no. I was like, I looked at the law before I did this stuff, so I know what I can do and what I can't do. And then, yeah, basically just had to explain myself and help them understand like what we were doing. Because the thing is, like, so if you start a hedge fund, like you're not supposed to really have a lot of clients or a lot of funds yet. You can have a limited amount, which I was within that limit. But in general, like a normal person wouldn't understand that stuff because they think, okay, you need a license for everything, right? All right, we have an MPSB2 setting up right here, guys. I don't think this is a good entry in my opinion because there's too many red flags right here. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys right there, but I'm not going to be taking this specific entry. Let me check the confluences to see if there's anything good here. So let's see, there's no confluences on the 1 minute. There's actually no confluences here on the 30-minute either. There's one confluence here on the 1 hour rejecting off the value high or the value low actually. Nothing on the volume profile. One rejection right here off the whole number, which is the 42,750. And there's nothing here on the smart resistance. So there's no confluences here. It's nothing, it's not a trade that I would recommend taking. Yeah, the funny thing is I never answer phone calls from random numbers, but I saw that it said the calls coming from Chicago, Illinois, where that's where the futures market is, right? Where the futures exchange is. So I was like, oh, this is probably going to be like, this has got to be trading related because I never get calls from Chicago, Illinois. And, lo and behold, I answered it and it was regulators from Chicago Board of Trade. So good thing I answered that call because I never answer calls. That's the only time I got a hold of someone that can help me resolve the issue. And then now I'm working things out with Ninja to basically get all the documentation in. Yeah, Christian said obviously NinjaTrader blaming the traders instead of themselves. I think that well that's kind of how like all these brokers are. If anything happens with these brokers, guys, they try to point the finger at someone else, right? Uh, and I don't blame them because they don't want the regulators on them. So, for example, if NinjaTrader was to allow me to keep trading illegally, if it was illegal, then they would have gotten in trouble, right? So, like, they're quick to point the fingers at someone else so that the regulators can go after them, not me, or go after me, not them. It's I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, and I know what I did was valid. All right, so the MPSB2 I think is still running here, guys. The MPSB2 came up on this red candle right here. Actually didn't. Oh, actually, this candle was too big. So let me go back and just review this MPSV2. So there's a couple things here that kind of stick out. So for one, it was at all of these red flags. We had news price right there. We had opening price right there. Those are areas not to trade. Also, we had the sessions right here. Also a red flag. We also did not have many confluences here. No confluence on the 1 minute market profile, nothing on the 30 minute, nothing over here on the 1 hour. Or there's one on the 1 hour here is rejecting off the value low. And just one rejection right here off the whole number. So there wasn't really many confluences there. I'm just pointing out like why this trade was a bad entry and why I wouldn't have taken it. So that you guys understand in the future, like these are trades that you would avoid. Even though there's an MPSV2 setup, there was too many red flags within this area and there weren't enough confluences. So it's all good. Yeah, Mike, so that's their attorneys. Blame someone else, plausible deniability. Isn't that the first thing they teach you in law school? Yeah, I know. Well, before I was a trader, guys, I was a defense attorney. So I used to do defense for a lot of these big firms. And I would do the same thing, right? We try to shift liability to someone else. Like if someone's trying to sue one of my clients, I'm basically pointing out the holes in their argument and I would shift liability to someone else. Like for example, I used to defend Uber, right? So anytime someone got into a serious car accident as an Uber driver, I would find ways to shift the blame from the Uber driver to whatever else was happening around. And that's basically what lawyers do, I mean, for the most part. So me being a lawyer, it kind of gave me a background to be able to understand how to put together arguments where, you know, they work in your favor, of course. And that's kind of like, that's the job of an attorney. I feel like defense attorneys have a way harder job because they have to point things out versus plaintiff attorneys who just kind of file claims based on anything. Let's see, PC said, but I thought you said it was legal. It is. So did you not hear what I said? PC, I literally just said that it's illegal for someone to trade for other people in futures unless you're trading for less than 15 people. So that's why I said I can't trade for other anymore until I have a series 3 because I'm at that limit. I'm at the 15 people. So I can't go over the 15 people unless I have the series 3 license, which is what I'm working on right now. So technically, you're not supposed to trade for people unless you fall under an exemption. I think I have the exemptions over here. So if you guys are curious, I mean, let's see. Let's do this real quick. So I have like the actual law here. And you know, obviously I did my due diligence to understand the law so that when I was doing this, I made sure that what I was doing was legal. So yeah. So if you guys are not familiar, NFA is basically they run the future stuff, like they're basically the SEC for futures. A CTA is basically someone who's like a hedge fund or trades for other people. This is the law over here, and there's exemptions, right? So I fall under 14A, 11 right here, or wherever it's at, 14A10. So like basically it says here that within 12 months, if like I can trade for people as long as I'm doing it for less than 15 people and within 12 months time. So like basically within this 12 months time, I'm supposed to be working on my series 3. I only started the hedge fund in October, so that's like November, December, January, February, March, been 5 months. So I still have time to take these series 3 before it comes into a situation where I have to have a license. So yeah, if you guys are curious, I mean, you guys can like do your own research. For me, luckily, I know how to do my own research since I was an attorney before, so I can pull up this stuff. Like I have the actual law here, and I can give it to, you know, this code of regulation. So most people don't know how to look up this stuff. So it's like, you know, a lot of people just do it illegally because they don't know the exemptions and the stuff that you fall within. All right, we have a possible MPSV2 pushing back up over here for a buy. Let's take a look at the confluences. There's nothing here on the one, or actually there's one on the 1 minute right here. Rejection off the value low. Rejection off the value low right there on the 30 minute. 1 hour is pushing up, nothing on the volume profile, nothing here on the clean chart. and nothing here. So there's about 2 or 3 confluences right here for a buy. So let's see if this closes a little higher, like up here, I'll take the entry. I don't want it to close too high though, because we're gonna be close to this news price right there. All right, this candle's closing in about 15 seconds. This candle has to close a little higher. If it doesn't close any higher, I'm not going to take this entry here. We got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the position.
Order submitted.
Okay, never mind. I couldn't get into the position. I was logged into the wrong account. Let me see if I can maybe get back in here. I forgot I was logged into my main account and I can't trade on the main account. Fuck, it's too late. I'm trying to get in on my Apex. Well, it's too late for me to get into this position now, guys, unfortunately. If you guys are in the position, it's running a profit. I forgot I had my main account logged into my Ninja Trader. That's probably it. I was like wondering why it gave me an error, but I can't enter trades on my personal account because it's locked out right now. All right, I'm not going to FOMO into it. I'll just leave it as is. If you guys are in it, it's running in profit. Unfortunately, I did not have my Apex account as my main leader. I had my personal account, and unfortunately, I didn't get into this one here. It's all good. I hate when that happens. So the volatility here is a little low. If we get an A++, I'll probably get into that. So we got the buyers in control over here. The problem is that we're getting close to the news price right here. So I don't know if this is something I can get into late. We got a red flag right there. Let's see, G's asking, is there a dollar amount you have to stay within for the 15 people? So there's no specific number that's set in place, but there is, like, I've done my own research with like the dollar size, and you shouldn't be going like over $1 million. Because at that point, I mean, you're basically a professional trader at that point, right? You're trading $1 million in client funds, like you're going to be making a big cut of money from that $1 million investment. So there's no specific number, but yeah, you should probably stick within your means. Because the main thing with the law as well is it says that you can't put yourself out. Man, fuck my life. Okay, well, I'm glad this here hit. I didn't get into the position because unfortunately I was logged into my main account, not my Apex. And yeah, I missed the entry there. Fuck me. Okay, well, there goes the entry right there. That was actually one of the good entries that I was waiting for and looking for. And yeah, full TP right there. So nice work if you guys caught that. Again, unfortunately, I missed that trade there. It was my mistake. Because I had my main personal account logged into my Ninja. I only did that for the data, but forgot to switch it to my Apex. All right, so nice work right there. Shiv got it. Sam got it. A couple other people here got it. G's asking, I'd say it's overall. So 1 mil overall, not per person. At that point, if you have like 15 clients and you're doing 1 mil per person, that's 15 million. That's way too much. At that point, yeah, you should be registered because you're trading and that's like your main occupation. Let's see, Shiv said, wait, so you can trade 5 10K accounts for one person and it'll class as one person. As a UK resident, can you eventually do that for me? Yeah, Shiv, of course. I do have a couple UK clients right now. They're basically from our older group from like way before Shiv. So yeah, in the future, once I get the Series 3, yeah, I can handle your funds as well. I just can't take anybody right now because I'm already on radar for the regulators, so I don't want to push it. At this point, I'm like, I'll just get the license because there's no point in getting another phone call from them and they're like, we already talked about this. Man, I'm still kind of pissed I didn't take, like, I couldn't get into this trade. I was gonna get in late, but I clicked too slowly. Like when price pushed back here for the retest, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in right there. But then unfortunately, I missed the whole I had to switch the accounts over and you know how that is. If you guys have traded multiple accounts on Ninja, you guys know it's kind of complicated to switch your accounts to make sure that you're on the right account. So I'll look for the next one here. There's nothing else that's here available at the moment. I mean, a possible 8++ setup maybe, or even a retracement to the downside. But so if you look over here, we had a couple entries that came up. So we had a breakout, hit full TP here for 100 points. And then basically all these entries here as well. So all wins for the day so far, with the valid entries. Yeah, no problem, G. It's good to know this information, you know, like there's a couple people who ask certain questions that like, you know, a lot of these legal things, like not everyone knows the answers to. So if you guys have any questions regarding stuff like this, I mean, I'm an open book. I I don't mind helping you guys out. All right, we got some more team profits here from Shiv. So Shiv locked in, let's see. Total profit of nice, killed it right here. Looks like he passed another eval right there. And then Shiv locked in 1,000 each, so like well over say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 12,000 for these other accounts, and then 20,000 for these down here. So crazy work right there, Shiv. Amazing wins on those. We got Arc over here as well. Damn, Arc is killing it. Look at his profits for the day. Arc's taking those micro scalps, locking 6,448 here, 3,758 here, 1,067, and 1,007 right here. Nice work, Arc. And we got Jonathan here. He locked in 436. Great work right there. And of course, Craig's profits 4,000. And earlier profits from Arc 2,000 right there. Nice work, guys. You guys are on fire today. Even though I didn't get to lock in my profits, I'm glad that you guys did here. So I'm always happy to see people here profiting, even if I'm not taking those trades. Or unfortunately, I wish I took this trade here. I was really confident about this one, and of course, there's always some sort of technical issue that runs on my end. Yeah, Shiv said, I was curious, as with Apex, doesn't really matter the account size. So 5, 10K accounts, as long as you can trade 10 contracts, that's more money for your clients, right? Yeah, no, for sure. So like typically the clients who have a 10K account or a 10 euro or whatever it may be, the risk is about $500 per trade. So if you look at our trades for the month so far, so you just really want to count the net wins, right? So like looking over here, this is for March. So the net wins for March, there's like 1, 2, we'll cancel this out because it's a loss. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the average risk per 10K count is like 500 per trade. So 500 times 7, that's 3,500. So yeah, like, you know, if I have like 15 clients and they're all risking that amount times 15, that's like 52,500 for the month. So I mean, it's pretty good. And the thing is like the client, like if you're a hedge client, you don't have to do anything. You just give me access to your account and I just add it to my copier for the most part. So yeah, I mean, it's good money. It's good passive money for the most part. If you're a hedge fund, you don't have to do anything, right? I'm doing all the trading, and then you just kind of check your account every so often to see how it's doing. And then if it's net profit at the end of the month, then it would, you know, you just pay your split. PC's asking what's my age. I am 34. Yeah, I'm 34. It's crazy to think I'm 34. Time just flies. I feel like because we started trading, so I started trading live with you guys about 8 years ago. So I was like in my mid 20s when I started trading with you guys. And we've been trading every day for like 8 years now. So it's crazy how time flies and how much better I got at trading. If you guys remember before, I used to trade forex and I was okay, but I wasn't like super good. I was like I was pretty consistent and I was profitable, but I'm not as good as I'm doing now for sure. I know some of you guys have been here for a while. Like I know Shiv, you've been here so like from almost the beginning. CJ's been here from the beginning. Christian was here like midway, I think. Because I know you're part of the group a long time ago, Christian, and you came back. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy how time flies. All right, there's no entries here right now. There was an engulfing that came up, so this would have been an A++, but it was right at the news right here, so there was no opportunities for entry at that point. Let's see, Shiv said, you still get an increased heart rate pump feeling, or is that just me? I need to master this feeling. So I still do at entry point because I'm counting down. So I think the nervousness comes from like the countdown here, right? Like if I'm counting down the last 5 seconds for the candle to close, yeah, I get a little nervous because I'm like, crap, I don't want to miss this entry. I don't want to screw it up. Like for example, right here, my heart was pumping because I got into the position, it said error, and I was like, why did I get an error? And I realized that I was on the wrong account. So yeah, I still get that heart pumping feeling, but it's not as bad as like as it is for you, probably, Shiv. I mean, it's normal for me. You know, you might get that little heart rate spike for like a second, and then once you're in the position and you know you're in it, it's like you let Jesus take the wheel from there. That's how I always see it. You know, you kind of just I think the most stressful part about trading, guys, is making your entry, right? Once you enter the trade, you kind of just let the trade do what it needs to do. You already know your strategy's in place, you know, your setups are in place, everything is doing what it needs to do. It's just entering the position is usually what causes fear in people. You know, you get something like trade paralysis in a sense, where in a lot of instances, people will either not take the trade or they'll just get into it and not even think. But you have to think because when you don't, you either FOMO or you revenge trade into a position. Looking at current price right here, there's not really much going on as you guys can see. Price is kind of just going back and forth. So I know we're going off topic here, but there's nothing to take here. I was really hoping I'd get into this position, but it's all good. We will wait for the volatility here to kind of push out of this area, and then we'll look for direction. G's asking what's the split for the hedge fund. So for the hedge fund, it is a 50-50 split for accounts under 100K. If your account is over 100K, it's negotiable. So it's going to be like probably 60-40, 70-30, kind of depending on what your risk is. It just kind of balances out. So it's 50-50 for the smaller accounts because obviously I need to make some money too. But if you're risking more, then you know the split's going to be a little different because it'll balance out to you making more money, but I still get paid the stuff that I'm basically entitled to for trading the account. Yeah, Sam said ATR dumped and we are in a range. So the ATR, it's still pretty decent. It's at 28, but it's not above 30 anymore. And we got the sideways market here right now. So what I'll do here at the moment is I'm going to draw the range out. So we got this range right here. This is the current range. Yeah, Sam said I want to sell here. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if this comes down. I'm looking for the sell here as well because I think price has kind of pushed up a little bit for a while. So I'm looking for this here to maybe bounce off. Maybe the sessions right here. Hasn't touched the sessions yet, Sam. So possibly a push up to the sessions here, and then reversal back down, maybe to open. We'll see. So it's 7:30 right now. This is kind of what I was waiting for too. Now that we have the 7:30, we have a new 30-minute candle that's opened right here. Big contract just came in. Let me check. 50 contracts at 42,770. 42,770. Mark it up here. It's not really that big actually, so I don't think it's going to be. I'll just mark this up right here. So I think this is going to be a key price to look at. There are about 50 sell contracts that got filled right here. I don't know if people are offloading their buys or, I mean, that's kind of what it looks like here. I think people are offloading their buys because they think price is going to come down as well. We also had an engulfing candle right here. So what happened was this candle closed engulfing, 50 contracts for a sell came in. Not a huge contract size, but obviously someone is here to play. Whether it is someone entering the market because they saw the engulfing candle, or whether they're exiting their buy positions because they've already made a profit and they're expecting a turnaround right here. So Sam, there goes like one confluence right there for possible swing back to the downside. Ideally, I want to see the sell signal close. Though. I think once the sell signal closes, it's going to give me the confidence into like wanting to take this down further. But I still don't like these candles. Like, look at the price action here. These candles are extremely small. About 16 points. Smaller than what we're used to. Yeah, CJ said time has flown. Some have quit their 9 to 5s, upgraded cars, bought homes. Some are married with kids. Some have gray hair, like RX said. It's crazy because it doesn't seem that long, but we do have a lot of fun. Yeah, 100%, CJ. So if you guys have been part of the group for a while, I've been trading with you guys for a long time. So like CJ said, there's been a lot of life changes for a lot of people. People have become full-time traders. Some people have started families, etc. Um, and that's always like a good thing about staying within a community for a long period of time. Because I'm sure you guys have been in other communities before. People come and go all the time, but once you find that one community that you're kind of, you found your place with, it's good to just stick with them and grow with them. Because CJ's been here for a long time and CJ's been killing it. I think everybody who's been here for me for I think probably more than a year, more than 2 years, you guys have like pretty much excelled at trading so much since. Like I remember Arik before. Arik was like all over the place, but now he's killing it. I mean, just looking at like certain people here, looking at them progress, like Shiv's doing amazing now. Arik, he was all over the place before, but every day he's locking in like thousands every single day. Jonathan as well. It's uh it's been a fun ride. Anyways, looking at this right now, we have another V1 variation. Still no sell signal here yet. We have a sell signal that's been pending for a while. Yeah, no, definitely Jason too. Jason said, "Yep, we've been here for a long time." Yeah, you can't forget you, Jason. You've been around from the start too, I think. Back when we used to trade forex. Another big contract came in. So big contract for buy right here. Let's see, 42,790. I'm gonna move this up here. 42,7. Where did this even come from? Oh, from the pre-market moves. 42,790. So it looks like price might just be pushing up higher from here. Oh yeah, I know, Jason. Yeah, I gotta come to Jamaica at some point because what was it called? I went to DR. Jamaica's like right there. I should just went to Jamaica. Um, yeah, I know. Before COVID, we had a lot of plans to like do a group meetup and all that stuff, but then, everything kind of fell through. But yeah, no, definitely. I'm gonna definitely the next time I visit that part of the world, the Caribbean, I'm definitely gonna hit you up, Jason, so we can finally link up out in Jamaica. All right, so we got price up here right now. We had about 84 contracts filled, or more actually, about 100 contracts filled over here at 42,790. So this black line right here is where a bunch of buy orders got filled. I'm assuming these are people who are adding on to their position. So if that's the case, I think price here might continue to push up higher. Price may continue to push up higher from here. We're currently at the sessions. Yeah, Jason said that will be when baby girl is walking. Yeah, 100%. You know, in a couple of years, once my daughter is walking, we'll take some more. We'll take a trip out there for sure. I know it's crazy, right? You guys met me 8 years ago before all this. It's pretty crazy to think because like I haven't worked a job in like 8 years, so like when we trade on here, we're kind of like coworkers at this point. You guys kind of saw me grow up from the beginning, and all of my life changes, milestones. All right, so looking at this so far, guys, we have price coming back down to this area. This is where a lot of big buy orders came in. So right here at 42,790, we had about 100 contracts come in for buys. These are obviously not stop losses getting filled. These are orders that were basically piggybacking to the upside. Um, there's just an issue here. So like I would like to take some buys here, but the problem here is that we're right at the sessions. So even if we were to take some buys here, I mean, it'd be at a red flag area. And if you guys look at this range here isn't really the best area to be trading at anyways. You can see price tries to fake out, fakes out, or it pushes up and then it fakes out. We push up above the range, fakes out back up. You don't want to trade within this middle area right here, guys. What you want to wait for is you want to wait for price to actually go above and then maybe look for an entry down here in the middle or look for price to flip and come back down here back to open. For me personally, I don't really have a preference. I don't care which direction price goes. I just think price will probably push up higher because we had a bunch of buy orders come in right here. Or not really a bunch of buy orders, but a big block order. So someone came in with about 100 contracts. They kind of chopped it up a little bit. They put 84 contracts, then hidden contracts, then 6, then 3. So they put in a total of 100, but they got filled at different, same price, just at different times. So that's why I think price will push up a little higher here and maybe try to grab liquidity if it can get past the sessions right here, this red line. Yeah, no, definitely, Jason. I'm glad you're still here. I know you're there in the background because you kind of pop in every so often, but it's good to see that you're still here after all these years. All right, guys. So looking at this so far, we're currently above the sessions. Like I said, I think the buyers here are going to push price up because we had that big buy order that came in right there. Obviously, there's going to be some power behind it. Someone's not going to put 100 contracts in there and not expect price to push up any higher. So let's see how many points price push from there. If they're going in with like about, if they went in with like 100 contracts, they only need a few points to really lock in profit. So they might have gotten out already or slowly started to trim their position. The cricket said bit or Arik. It's funny. I see your name, Arik, and I'd say cricket, but I know you're Arik. So Arik said he's been here since COVID, was doing good, but COVID messed him up in the US30 one-day trade. Yeah, if you guys remember that, so like during COVID, we used to take 1 day a trade because the volatility was just too crazy. We used to take it was a breakout, but it was a big breakout that would run throughout the session. The strategy worked well for a pretty good amount of time, but then, obviously market was kind of crazy during COVID, so it wouldn't always play out how it should. But yeah, I think that was probably the easiest time to trade, during COVID, because we would take that breakout and the trade would run pretty much the entire day. And we would just take it and then we just let it play out for hours. You can't really do that anymore. And you can't really do that anymore because with Apex, the trailing drawdown doesn't let you take trades and hold them for that long. But it was good. I mean, it was good. Yeah, CJ said, yeah, we traded on the 10 minute for 150 ticks or 1,500 ticks. It was a fun time. All right, guys, there's no entries here right now. like I said, I'm just being patient. Again, these are my profits for the month, guys. If you guys are just getting here, like this is why I'm very patient and cautious with my trades here because I don't need to take anything, right? I'm up 82,345 for the week so far. We have 2 wins, no losses. I should have had another win right here. This should have been another 56K, but unfortunately I screwed up with my accounts. And these are my profits for the month so far. So this is why I'm like not really forcing anything. It wouldn't matter because there's no entries here to take anyway, so I can't really force anything even if I wanted to. But yeah, man, I'm still kind of salty about this position right here because that would have pushed me. I would have hit my second goal. So my goal was to make 100 for the month, and then if I took that next trade, I would have been at 200. I basically would have doubled up my goal. It's all good though. I will maybe wait for the next one if we can get one here. Let's see. Christian said you got to go to Ocho Rios. They have crazy bobsleigh there. I'll have to check it out. I never heard of it. Yeah, Arc City went to Belize. Had a great time. Everything was beautiful. Definitely got to see that. Oh, it's in Jamaica. Okay. So when I go to Jamaica, I'll have to check that out. Lila said, climb the Dunn's River waterfall. Don't look down as you're climbing. Nice, nice. Yeah, thanks for the Rex, guys. I'm gonna put them in my notes right now, actually. Ocho Rios, Dunn's River. Yeah. All right, there's still nothing here, guys. Price came back and grabbed liquidity right there. This could be a possible swing back to the downside. So looking at this so far, it's kind of doing what I mentioned earlier. So I said price is probably going to come up here, fake out, and then come back down to open. Possibility. No guarantees, but possibility that it may come back down from this point here. With these ships said I still got another month, but what would you say I should go for next to scale up more accounts? Trade-of-eight Ninja-based accounts? Yeah, so I would still go Trade-of-eight Ninja. I think Trade-of-eight Ninja is still good. I don't think there's any problem with the actual platform. I think it's just, sometimes when issues arise, the customer service kind of sucks, but for the most part, they're pretty fast on getting things fixed. For your prop firms, if you're already maxed out with Apex, then I would probably go with Tradeify. So if you want that link, Shiv, it's over here under funding companies. The reason why I say Tradeify is because they have straight to fund it, so you don't have to do an eval. You just there's a link right there. Shiv, I put it in the Zoom chat. The cool thing with Tradeify is that you don't have to do an eval. You just go straight into funded. It costs a little more. I think it's like maybe like $500, but if you do the math, it kind of balances out because that's how much you would pay for an eval and then your activation fee with Apex. So you're basically getting a funded account straight out the gate. Your payouts will be capped, I think, at like 3,500 or something like that for the first couple of payouts. But then once you pass that threshold, you'll have basically unlimited payouts. So yeah, you can get 5 accounts to Tradeify. And then after that, I would say do Perdia. Perdia Capital, they're also listed on here. Perdia Capital is cool, but they only give you 1 account, so you can only have 1 account. The good thing with Perdia is that they claim to never have denied a payout. So, you kind of get what you pay for. It's like $500 for the account. You get your first payout at your 3,000 mark, and then from there you have. I think you could get payouts every day. You could just request a payout whenever. You don't have to wait for a date, and then they basically claim that they've never denied a payout ever. So you could feel good about that too. I mean, it wouldn't matter because you pay like 500 for the account, and then once you get your first payout, it's like you made your money's worth. Whatever happens from there happens. Yeah, and then Christian also mentioned for Tradeify, yeah, you have to reach a threshold before you can make a payout. It's kind of the same thing for all the prop firms, like same with Perdia. You have to make 3,000 before you can make a payout. But then once you make that first payout, I think you can request payouts daily. So like, it's pretty nice being able to request payouts daily because you don't have to like wait on it. Or if you want to scale the account, you can scale it as well. Let's see, Joe. Sorry, Joe. I just saw your message. Joe said I'd like to sign up for the free class and pay the fee to join. Is the 7-day trial the free class? Yes, that is correct, Joe. So if you sign up for the 7-day free trial, that'll give you access to everything. You'll have access to Zoom, which is real time. I know you're currently on the YouTube right now, so it's a little delayed. I think it's delayed about 10 to 30 seconds. But yeah, if you sign up for the free trial, you'll have access to the Zoom, which is going to be real time. You'll have access to these tools, these indicators. You'll have access to the course. Um, and then if you decide to continue, you just continue. If you decide it's not for you, then you can always just cancel it. But yeah, once you sign up for that, you can see it's free. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. I mean, everything I do here is pretty much straightforward. And then also we do have mentoring sessions. So if you decide to stick around, Joe, we can sit down for a mentoring session, like me and you, one-on-one private mentoring session. So like make sure you understand everything. Because the thing is, like, the way I trade here, guys, it's very straightforward. Like I already know what I'm looking for. Like right now, okay, we have the sellers in control. I put the red line right here. Price has been coming down from this B1 part. We have a sell signal right here. With the sell signal, we have possible opportunity here for price to come down and set up for an MPS V2. Yeah, definitely, no problem, Joe. I'm always happy to help you guys out. If you guys really want to learn, I'm here to help you guys out. If you guys have been around for a while, you guys already know that's what I do. I'm gonna try to be as helpful as possible. So we have a rejection right here off the market profile. So this is the 1-minute market profile, is rejection off the point of control. Looking over here on the 30-minute time frame, we have rejection off the point of control right there as well. Looking at the 30-minute, we also have or 1 hour, we have a rejection off the point of control. Looking at the volume profile, we have a rejection off the point of control right there. Looking at the clean chart, we have a rejection off the whole number right there. And looking at the SR chart, we have price breaking, closing below the resistance point here. This is a 1 hour resistance. So there's confluences in play right here, guys. I'm going to be looking for a possible MPS V2 to set up right here. This looks like the setup that Sam was waiting for. He was waiting for 42,850. It didn't get that high, but it looks like price is starting to make its way down from where it's currently at. So we want a candle here to close green. Once the candle here closes green, we'll be looking for it to come back down. So retracement, continuation. Target price point here is going to be either this lower range or it's going to be the opening price down here. So just got to wait for the green candle to come up. RX CJ has a question for you right there. Yes. Yeah, RX was telling me he was having that issue too, CJ. See, big contract over here just came in. All right, 50 contracts for a sell came in at 42,760. 42,760 right here. All right, so I'm looking for that green candle to confirm the retracement. I'm looking for the continuation back down from it. The ATR is kind of short right now, guys. It's at 22 ATR, so 30 points might be a little bit of a stretch. I'll kind of see what happens here. We got 40 seconds left on this candle. I'm gonna disregard news price right here because I don't think news price is really gonna be too much of a big deal for us. We got 20 seconds left on this candle here. So we need this candle to close green. We need to close green so we can confirm the retracement. Does not look like it's going to close green here. Yeah, so did not close green right there. At this lower range, not this point. All right, guys, we have a green candle right now. We need this green candle to close, and then the next candle we'll be looking for is a red candle. I don't like how this green candle is like super big though. Yeah, Sam said he doesn't like the sell off. We're still making higher high, lower low. Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is going to be a good entry right here for MPS, especially because this candle here is so big. If it was a small candle, then okay, but this candle here is pretty big. I don't think it's gonna be super great here for MPS V2. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys right here. I'm probably gonna hold off on this. Yeah, I don't like the price action. That red candle looks too small anyways, and it has a pending buy signal on it. Confluences aren't as good as they were earlier. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys right here. I'm gonna sit out on this one. So if the entry came up earlier, it would have been nicer right there, but it didn't. Still running a profit though. So this is where I would be kind of worried about taking the entry because of the range right here. See how the TP is below it? There's gonna be a couple of things here I'm gonna point out. The ATR is low. And because the TP is right here below this range, the thing that I would be worried about is price might come down and then bounce off the range. So I don't think this is really a good entry. I mean, the price action here isn't good. Volatility is low. We're getting close to 8 o'clock. It just doesn't look like a good one. Ship City's out for the day. Good luck. See you guys tomorrow. All right, yeah, we're getting close to 8 o'clock, guys. We're about 7 minutes till 8 o'clock. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Unfortunately for today, I missed the only good entry that came up, which was this one right here. I was really excited to take this one here, but unfortunately, I had the wrong account listed on my account on my NinjaTrader. It was my personal account, which is currently locked out at the moment, so I wasn't able to take that there. That was the only good entry I saw for the most part. Other than that, there was a couple of different NPS V2s. There was one right here. This hit full TP. I didn't like the volatility at the time, so I didn't take it. And then the breakout over here hit full TP for 100 points. So if you guys took the breakout full TP right there, if you guys took the MPS V2, there was one right here that came up. There's a couple pre-market over here, MPS V2 plus A plus plus. And then one right here, which was the actual entry that I was looking to take. There's another one that's currently running right now, but like I said, the volatility is very low. ATR is at 22, so it's not a good setup. Well, it's not a good market volatility right now to take the entry. And then this entry here is still technically running at the moment, so not really too much here to work with. 7:55 right now, we got market hitting 8 o'clock in about 5 minutes. So I think this would be a good time for us to just wrap it up. I think at this point, the volatility is very low. It's not a good time to take any entries. If you do take anything here, you're probably gonna be stuck in this position for probably a good while. Like instead, so this entry should have hit already, right, for a normal MPS V2, but this is probably going to linger here for a little bit. Maybe it's already been lingering for 4 minutes, which is too long for me for a scalp. So I do think, and I do hope this will hit, but if you are in this position, expect to hold on to this for maybe another 5 minutes or so, because the volatility is so low, not expecting this to do anything anytime soon. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Again, I am holding mentorships for people. Right now, I'm not accepting any more clients for the hedge fund, unfortunately, but I will be mentoring people, basically one person per month. So, once that seat's filled, I'm not going to be accepting any more other people. You'll be put on a wait list. But if you guys want to learn these strategies and you want to learn exactly what I do every day, so I'll basically be teaching you anything that you need to get to this level, right? Maybe not my level yet, but eventually I want you to get to this level. So I want to get you to this point where you can identify these entries. See how this one's about to hit? Identify these entries, take these entries at a full TP right there. I'll teach you exactly how to identify these, take these, use the confluences, look for red flags, knowing to avoid trades. and how to set up accounts with these funding companies. If you're not familiar with it, I'll show you how to set these up. Hopefully, obviously I'm doing something here where I'm locking all these profits. Hopefully you can lock in maybe one or two of these accounts to start off with, and then eventually you'll start stacking the accounts and you'll be able to have days like this. You'll be able to have weeks like this, and you'll be able to have months like this. Don't expect that to happen overnight, but if you want to get mentored by me, it is available. Just hit me up on Discord, or if you want to sign up on the website, just go to the website. Again, it's kodikaitrades.com. If you just want to start off with the free trial access, like what Joe's doing, you can do that, and then we can go from there. But yeah, I'm doing one-on-one mentoring. I haven't done this in a long time, but I'm offering it for the time being, at least until the hedge fund is up and fully running again. So, all right, guys, if there's anything else that you guys need, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we were going to wrap this up, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session.